Welcome back, and as you can see, I've got myself now situated with a new outfit, which this could possibly be the look we use for the rest of this run. And as I said, part of the reason for that is, well, like you can also see here that, you know, well, let me go ahead and show you guys. Alright, so it's not showing now, but trust me when I say, when we get to the next tier, it's going to make me start to look a little silly. Mainly in terms of how it changed the color of my skin. But anyways, I actually think this actually works pretty well. It's basically the same outfit that Thanaton wears. Except, of course, with the mask. But I think the mask and the outfit actually kind of go well together, honestly. But anyways. Let's go see if we can find this Casey Ricks. So she's actually just right over here, not too far. I also tried to upgrade some of my pieces, but I believe I actually was able to acquire a few other pieces that are pretty decent. I think doing flashpoints. I think that was while I was trying to acquire the extra companion we can get doing those with that achievement. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can go ahead and show you guys right here. There she is, Darth Hexid. So I was like, okay, it's not only a way to unlock an extra companion, but I can also be able to not only get extra XP, but also extra pieces of gear and such here and there, so why not?
In Teufel Atraus.
What? How did it trigger those guys there? There we go. Didn't mean to trigger all those guys. But whatever. She's just right in here.
Casey Ricks. Andronikos sent me. He said you know where to find Silas Wilkes.
Andronikos? You mean he's out of prison? He doing all right? And he's after Wilkes. Figures. Andronikos doesn't really forgive or forget. Hey, you're not planning to harm him, are you?
It won't be your fault if something happens to him.
I guess that's the best I'm gonna get from you, huh? I'll tell you where to find that son of a hut.
Just wanted to see what he said there.
Casey Ricks.
And, hey...
I promise not to hurt him.
Okay, then. I'll tell you where to find that son of a hut. In fact, I'll make sure he's there so you can kill him. Wilkes's base is hidden out of Aether's view. Andronikos will know what I mean.
You sure Andronikos will know?
Out of Aether's view is pirate slang. Let me call Wilkes, make sure he stays put. It'd be a shame for you to storm HQ while he's out.
Don't do anything you'll regret.
Like warn Wilkes? We both know that'd be suicide.
Casey, sweetheart, got something to report? Andronikos hasn't turned up, has he?
Oh, sigh. What do I have to do to make you stop worrying about Andronikos?
Well, I could think of a few things. Have you reconsidered my offer?
That's why I called. Are you free in, say, a couple of hours? We could talk about it. In person.
I always have time for you. I'll be right here, sweetheart, whenever you're ready.
Ugh, I hate that guy. Andronikos never went for that eyelash batting junk, but Wilkes is there. So hurry up and kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, you aren't really...
No. I've been able to string him along so far without it.
Good for you.
But I won't shed any tears when he's gone, to say the least.
Yeah, you sounded like you had been purposely trying to avoid, well, we can obviously imagine what his offer was to Casey. Which, yeah, I'm not going to be shedding any tears when I kill Wilkes here, either. But then again, it may not be me who kills him. But either way, he's going to die. But I can just only imagine the kind of crap that Casey's had to put up with from that guy.
Tell Reg I can't have any more slip-ups. Wilkes finds out I'm here, it'll be like Roussan all over again.
Yes, Andronikos. Whatever you say.
Go. About time, Sith. This room's feeling a lot like that escape pod. Make me happy. Tell me you found Wilkes.
Casey said Wilkes was out of Ether's view.
Out of Ether's view, huh? Spineless son of a Hutt is hiding underground.
Smart place to hide.
I should have thought of it myself. There's a system of caves on the other side of the abandoned farm settlement. I wager that's what Casey meant.
How do we get there?
Looks like she put something else on this datapad. I think I can crack it. Looks like it's an access code. Something we'll need to get into this hidden HQ, probably.
Looks like it could come in handy.
I'm gonna blast Wilkes for every day I spent floating in that escape pod. And then I'm gonna stomp on his bones.
Wair paba, Fraujins in alama patay galakai, in alama amainai.
I do what I do for power.
Ake us erpai wasja us. Patay kuibanist. Ni fragais fraujan. Kupainana.
I love the way this is written. Breaking up is so hard.
I promise this is only for a short time.
Paulos silbanas time marpaus. Aiklas John launekai in kuda aitin.
So yeah, so now Andronikos is our new companion. Oops.
Thought I'd lost you there.
Ako Adam. Kiri kami memgo.
Alright, so over here. I'll see if there's anything I can do about Andronikos' outfit later, but I'm not entirely sure if I actually have anything for him. But whatever. I think there are also some other customization stuff that we could get on a later planet. I think Terrace might have some Andronikos customization, but I don't know. Some of them just kind of look a little strange. All they really kind of do is get rid of his Mike Tyson tattoo on his face. But that's basically it. I hate that this area is a little deceptive because you're like, oh, okay, there's no trash here, and then all of a sudden they pop up out of the ground, and it's like, ugh. Just trying to avoid the trash and get to the objective. It's like, right here, it's like, come on.
Thought I'd lost you there.
All right.
You okay?
It's not really who I was going for, but okay. I'm sure Andronikos is enjoying this, getting the chance to take down all these mutineers. Gets to get revenge on all these guys that turned on him.
I'm gonna blast Wilkes to pieces just as soon as we find him.
I love it keeps coming up with different ways of how he's going to kill Wilkes. And he's going to end up doing none of those. Like, just... well, you'll see.
Well, well, Andronikos Revel, I'm surprised they let you out of Imperial prison. And you brought a Sith to help you. How cute. But see these guys? They'll crush you and your Sith.
I love this option. Cute!
I'm not cute. I'm deadly.
Let me guess. You're here for the artifact. The one the Empire was so keen on getting just before I crushed Andronikos. Would you believe he called me a nobody? A worthless, mangy, skinny little nobody. So I took his ship, his crew, his cargo, his blasters, and what else? Oh, his girl. Who's nobody now, Nicky?
I'm gonna rip out your throat and laugh while you try to scream.
Yeah, I wouldn't include his girl in that last one there, considering what Casey told me. Sounds like you were not able to actually take his girl. Just saying.
All of this chatter is making me bloodthirsty.
You'll never beat me, and you'll never get your artifact. Boys, kill the Sith, but keep Andronikos alive. I'll want to play with him a little longer.
You'll never beat me. Uh-huh, sure. And you are... oh yeah, a nobody. In fact... yeah, that's how pathetic you are.
You idiots! You'll never get it now. Not the artifact, not the blasters, nothing.
Give me the artifact now.
You're so stupid. The great Andronikos Revel chases me across 5 planets only to fail. Even gets a Sith on his side, and they both fail.
Talk sense.
The artifact, it's cursed. It's cursed.
Yeah, I figured that one out.
It's cursed, I tell you, it's cursed!
It's like I took it from you. Took it all. The blasters, the artifact, the money.
Okay, enough.
Tell us where they took it.
Chase them if you like. They went out into the deep desert. They left weeks ago. The Sand People will eat you before you ever catch them.
I've heard enough. Now give me one good reason not to blast your teeth through the back of your skull.
Do it. Maybe he'll finally shut up.
Greatly
Do
approves.
this for a long time, Wilkes. Can't say it was nice knowing you either.
Ha! I have no regrets, Andronikos. Least of all this.
And that's it. That's all he does.
Lost your artifact and my special-made blasters. Just wait until I get my blaster pointed at those thieves.
Exactly how deep into the desert do we have to go?
Well, there's a speeder that'll take us out so far, but the coordinates Wilkes had are a little further out than that. Come on, the sooner we get out there, the better chance we have of showing them thieves what's what.
Alright. Another piece. It's not as good as what I have. Alright. Before we go out into the desert...
Do you require medical attention? Be well.
Oops. It's amazing how, if you only focus on the class story, how fast this can go. And I'm saying that as someone who used to have to do... Look, I've been playing this game, like, since its early days. Not like super early days, because I had to wait a little while. But I remember what it was like before they changed this game drastically, where you had to do everything. Like, as if this was, you know, back... like in the days of, like, old school WoW and MMOs, where you literally had to do everything.
Not your time yet.
Because you needed the XP to continue. Ah, there it is. We've been in this desert 3 days now. About midday, the day we left, Narek tried to turn back, but Hayes would have none of it. We forced Narek to continue at gunpoint. At nightfall, we all got together to talk about what to do about Narek. Hayes wanted to shoot him, but Hayes wants to shoot everyone. But then the Sand People attacked and took care of Narek for us. Ever since that first night, we've kept a watch to warn us if the Sand People attack. Not that it does any good. Without the lights from town, you can't see anything in the desert at night. Tomorrow, if we're still alive, we plan to head north. So yeah, we're now on a breadcrumbs trail type of quest here, where it's like, okay, we found that one. Now we gotta make our way to the next one. More running around the desert. Yeah, we're gonna do this several times here. Like, I'm really trying to help emphasize, for those of you who may not have experienced what this game was like back in the day. Oh my gosh, what this was like. When you had to go around and basically do everything that there was to do because you needed it to get the XP and get the gear in order to actually progress in the game. Like, very old school MMO ways. Like, from... Like, I've heard that this was especially the case back in the days of vanilla WoW. Probably also still the case if you play Classic and limit yourself to just the vanilla portion of Classic. Even though Wrath of the Lich King Classic is about to come out, and you can be able to actually set, like, what you want your setting or server to be. Like, that happened when Burning Crusade Classic came out. Well, didn't necessarily mean to trigger both groups, but whatever. It won't matter, those pathetic weaklings. But I'm telling you guys, I had to spend so much time on these planets, doing everything, doing all the quests, killing all the enemies, because I had to. Oh, my goodness. And so I see these big open areas and such, I'm just like, oh man, it's giving me bad memories and flashbacks. First Narek, then Jack, then Hayes, now Ford. I don't think I can take it anymore. I really think Paul is trying to kill me. He said it was the Sand People who got Hayes and Jack, but he's lying. I can tell. He killed them while they slept. Hayes because he had the artifact. Jack because he accused Paul of killing Hayes. If I hadn't seen the Sand People kill Ford and Narek with my own eyes, I'd think it was all Paul. I just hope he doesn't find this, or I'm next. We plan to head east in the morning. I hope I live to see it. So now we
this
make our way
datapad
to
says
yet
the thieves went this
another camp in this portion of the desert, just going across this big giant desert. And let's just say there are times in certain zones, in certain MMOs, where you just look at how big it is, and while at the same time you're like, whoa, that's so cool, at the same time you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do so much running around in this area. I'm glad this is an area that you can be able to mount and hopefully get faster mount speed. Because if you couldn't mount in places like this, it's just such a... Oh my gosh, like, this is taking forever. Like, there are some old school, like, dungeons and such in, like, old vanilla WoW that were indoors where you couldn't mount and it just took you forever to run around in. Like, you know, Molten Core or Blackrock Depths. Places like that were just huge and you could not mount in there. At least some other places that were big, at least they could let you mount in there. So at least it's like, oh, okay, at least this is a big area, but at least I can mount here. So that's not too bad. It's all over now. Paul's gone raving mad. He accused Beckus of trying to kill him at the last campsite and shot him. We were already deep into Sand People territory at the time, so the blaster shot drew all kinds of unwanted attention. Those beasts had us on the run for 3 days. Out of the 15 of us that started, there's only me and Paul left. Now Paul's talking about taking the artifact to the Sand People's camp to the north as a peace offering. I tried to tell him there's no way we'll walk away from those beast camps alive, but he wouldn't listen. So now we have to go find Paul's body. Because he, no doubt, got massacred by the Sand People when he showed up. And if they didn't kill him, the madness probably would have done so anyway. The madness! The madness! He's mad. Mad, I tell you!
Not your time yet.
Apparently these Sand People didn't count towards that bonus.
Damned idiotic, nerve-hurting sons of huts. They got away.
I can just go ahead and shock him and be like, calm down.
They were killed and possibly eaten. There's a difference.
What? It doesn't bother you? These idiots run off with your artifact and you don't even get to knock them around? I just can't figure you, Sith.
Depends on the Sith.
It's enough to know that they suffered.
For you, maybe. I was looking forward to shooting the eyeballs out of their skulls. But you're the boss, huh, Sith? Now are we gonna get off this rock or what?
You shouldn't presume, pirate.
Look, I gather you don't think much of me, but that don't make me useless. I'm a damn good pilot, and I've got contacts a Sith will never make on his own. It'll be your show, no questions asked.
Well, if you insist.
You have no intention of letting this drop, do you?
Well, then let's get off this rock, huh?
You. I point at him like, you. I'm watching you. I have to kill one more. Fine. I'll go ahead and kill one more specific sand person that I can't just satisfy with the ones that are here. So fine, I'll go over here, kill one more, and then we'll leave.
Not your time yet.
There. Alright. Let's get out of here. We'll go to our hangar and have Andronikos get an opportunity to say goodbye to his girl. I'm sure he'll take some comfort in knowing that Wilkes was never able to, well, you know, with Casey. That Casey remained loyal to Andronikos. And never let Wilkes get close to her like that. Hey, Casey.
So you beat Wilkes and made it out of the desert alive, huh? Wilkes doesn't surprise me, but when I heard you were heading for the desert, well, I wasn't expecting to see either of you again.
I brought Andronikos back.
Hey!
You should stick with this one, Andronikos. You might learn a sense of humor.
Look it, I have a sense of humor.
Relax, it was a joke. Anyway, I'm glad you came, because it gives me a chance to thank you for taking out that runt Wilkes. With some real leadership, maybe the exchange on Tatooine can move ahead for a change.
I am most grateful.
No problem. Anytime, hey. And Andronikos, I'm sorry.
It's alright, huh? We wouldn't have worked out anyway. All that shouting and throwing stuff, somebody was bound to get hurt.
Yeah, right. Well, guess it's goodbye then. Good luck out there.
That was almost on par with Jack Sparrow saying, Elizabeth, it would never have worked out between us, darling. I'm sorry.
What was all that about?
Nothing. Just saying goodbye is all. Now let's get off this rock, huh?
Oh, what a shame. I think you and Casey actually make a lovely couple, but oh well, if that's how it must be. Maybe it is like he said, it would never have worked out between us, darling. Alright, so we'll have to go talk to Zash about, So about the artifacts we were supposed to get here. Well...
Apprentice, you have recovered the artifact, I take it. Wonderful. Ah, Andronikos, what a pleasure to see you again.
Hello yourself. Looks like you finally found your rock.
Yes, thank you for leading us to it so obligingly. I'm sure you'll be a wonderful asset to my apprentice's crew. Now, apprentice, you must hurry and recover the remaining artifact.
I guess I missed the part where I guess we found the artifact on the guy's body. They made it seem at first as if we found the body but not the artifact. But I guess the artifact was actually there, still on the body. My bad. That went over my head. I'll admit that. Whoops. So, anyways. He was just upset that we didn't get to actually take them down ourselves, but I was like, look, that's not a big deal to me. It may be a big deal to you, Andronikos, but not to me.
I'm giddy with anticipation.
I look forward to seeing you in your glory.
Alright, so before we head to Alderaan, we have to talk with both Kem and Andronikos.
Bistana fotu peinana, ja and hafjans, kap ima lesu. Ute pata, kibano ay alay swerana.
How did you discover this?
Ak usu tondin manan jay liugan avojandin. Swayway silbans in iswish, paman ik alkas jam, guidis intis isvares.
Then you better get going.
Elion dandans atense lapto, iswis dudalai, lotais wahaisen. Pataya gila senaim, anabidu pi pugdu gas fantan.
So it looks like we're not leaving Tatooine right away. We gotta go back down with Kem this time to help him out with this. I suppose it couldn't hurt.
It's been a while since I felt sand between my toes.
Ni pate uvaro isandan sware kanidede, akja swaluda is.
So yeah, we'll help Kem with that after we talk with Andronikos here. It's like, well, Andronikos, I suppose you may as well just take the time to get situated on my ship while I head back down to that sandball to help out Kem.
So what's the story, Sith? Seems like you know all about me, and I don't know nothing about you. You always a sicko, or did you just kind of fall into it like I did?
I wouldn't say I'm a sicko.
The Empire enslaved my family, but they decided I was special and made me Sith.
Funny how those Sith work. I was an accountant on Moneyland when I decided I wanted a little more adventure. So I put a blaster to the head of the intergalactic banking clan and walked off with a few million credits. Been robbing and murdering ever since.
How much of that story is true?
Does it really matter? In 3 years, the Sky Princess took more cargo and harassed more Republic ships than half the Imperial fleet. I'm a liar and a thief and a murderer. But I'm good. You know, you got a pretty nice ship. It's no Sky Princess, but hey, what is? I had a ship like it once. No armor to speak of, but you don't need defense when you can maneuver like that.
You didn't seem to have a ship when I met you.
Yeah, got blown to pieces. But it was a thrill while it lasted. Nothing like playing chicken with a ship twice your size and then firing up his tail when he blinks. Sky Princess was great, but she couldn't do that.
Would you like to fly the ship?
How do you Sith say it? My lord, it would be an honor. You just tell me where you want to go. Hey, you got time to chat?
Sure. Did you have something in mind?
No, just wondering. Haven't been aboard too long. Like to know who I'm working with. Nothing touchy-feely, just enough to know you got my back.
You get my back, I'll get yours. Simple as that.
We see eye to eye. Just one more thing. You ever butt heads with the Republic, let me have a shot. I got a score to settle, and it'll be a long time before I call it even. You hear that, Sith? Nothing like it in the galaxy. The hum of an idling blaster. Potential energy right there. It's like waking up on your birthday wondering what you got. For a few minutes, it's anything. The whole galaxy. Just waiting for you to pull the trigger.
What do you call it?
Nah, don't name my blasters. It's a bad idea to get attached. Actually, I was wondering. These blasters are nice, but a pirate's only as good as his equipment. We don't got fancy force powers like you Sith.
I think I have a spare set here, if that's what you're asking for.
I'll pay it back, Sith. Don't worry. Thanks.
Like I'm looking around like, no, where would I have those?
You know, I think I heard the ship's engine making a strange noise earlier. Mind if I check it out sometime?
Do you think it's a serious problem?
Won't know until I look. Probably just space dust. We gotta be sure. I'm no expert, but a buddy of mine back before the war taught me most of what I know. Carl Norn, best technician I knew. Worst card player. Could never see when the deck was stacked against him. And it always was.
Was this one of your pirate friends?
My old man ran a shop on one of those planets people only visit if they break down or if they're running from something. Carl stumbled in on a tin can held together by sheer willpower. Well, and the skills of the best mechanic in the galaxy. Made me first mate after the war. On a ship called the Bloodshot Ranker. I learned a lot before he gambled the ship away. But you're sick of hearing me jabber, huh?
I mean, you clearly have a lot to jabber about.
Engine's fixed. Looks like we took on some rock on one of our last jumps. Nothing big. Reminds me of the time I took the Sky Princess through an asteroid field. Ship mechanics were furious. Clean rock out of our engines for weeks. Had to replace one of the rears, it was so badly damaged.
What were you doing in an asteroid field?
Dodging the enforcers. When you got a fleet of Republic ships on your tail, you take whatever cover you can find. Rocks don't have cannons. Besides, what's life without a little risk, huh? That's why I became a pirate. The risk, the reward, the freedom.
That's the same reason I became Sith. Though my freedom was perhaps more literal.
Freedom's all in the mind, but it does help to have a good blaster.
Thanks, Han Solo.
So what does a Sith do for fun?
I haven't exactly had a vacation since I was recruited out of the slave pens.
Well, maybe you want to hit the tables with me sometime. I think you'd like the rush of a high-stakes game. Need something?
A massage would be nice.
Just checking in on my favorite pirate.
Hey, I'm flying with the craziest son of a hut in the galaxy. No complaints here.
I guess I am quite insane. Alright, back down to Tatooine we go.
Not your time yet.
Alright, sorry, Andronikos. I need Kem back.
Call me if you need me.
Vaiwa Gabarain.
Alright, let's see. Ah! Back to the desert.
Afragiban.
Let's see how far they'll aggro. Okay, well this one certainly will.
Baru Jamunja.
Like, alright, fine. Didn't know you guys wanted to die that badly. There we go. Alright, Kem?
In Twyfel Atraus.
Well.
Anso Willow Bardos. Zogi inagandan gisat faur ises. Japai swepa perswip ingala banai gapwas daidai.
You will regret that.
Jaipai ok diabolau fram anasto denai. Ni naubayjan. Swayway silbans in iswish, paman ik alkas jam, guidis intis isvares. Ababarna habens, glaubena, ni in usakwai, usiterens apipao.
I don't like people insulting Kem.
Patay kuibanist, ni fragais fraujan, kupainana. Godais akran bayradans, jawan jandans, in pan guidis.
Alright. Alright.
Iswarim ja algamboze uspalib.
Did you really think he stood a chance against me?
In pamalhap fralet fuerte fuima alizos gaskaftais. Jawais from Bama daga, I house the dedam, ni vleladam. Anso wilok bardos, so gi inagangan gisat faur ises.
Well, okay then. Alright, back to my ship. And then we will make our way to Alderaan.
My most marvelous apprentice. It's good to see you've made it safely to Alderaan. It really is a wonderful world, so rich in history. It's a shame you won't have time to visit the libraries.
I'll have to make time.
I won't dissuade you, but keep your priorities straight. The artifact is key. Alderaan is a planet in the throes of civil strife. A usurper sits on the throne and all of Alderaan's nobles make war. Your artifact was discovered by the Jedi Order years ago, and given to one of Alderaan's noble houses. I don't know which one.
Any idea where I should start?
House Thule is allied with the Empire. Their young leader, Alana Thule, is eager to help you. Go to House Thule and speak with her. Hopefully with her aid, you can reclaim the missing artifact.
Yeah, this one gets interesting. This particular class quest here on Alderaan, especially depending on what direction you decide to go with it. I've seen both versions, light side and dark side. The light side is kind of interesting, but at the same time, either way, well, let's just say it doesn't exactly make, one, the Jedi look good, and two, the Organas look good. I'll explain what I mean when we get there. Since I won't be able to really show you both sides, I'll just mainly show you one side and then tell you about how the other side goes. If my memory holds up correctly, although I may have to look it up, see someone else do it. But anyways, stay tuned for Alderaan.